Hello everyone, this is Intrix and I'm back again with another unit video. This time I'm going to be covering the Vassal Longbowmen. They are the only archer unit that can break shields, as well as they are the only archer unit in the game currently that can shoot the furthest. Very deadly at close range. The only downside is that their rate of fire is not going to be in comparison to any of the archer units that are available, like the short bow units. But that's okay, because this unit is still a great unit to have, and there's a way to kind of increase their rate of fire. So we're going to break down a little bit more about what makes the Longbowmen such a great unit and underappreciated. Looking at my doctrines, green health, green armor penetration, and green piercing damage for sure. I put on the blue increase damage to units because why not? You want to take people out as quickly as you can. You want to be a good supportive unit. As well as I increase my shooting accuracy by 10%. Again, why not? This is longbows. You definitely want the accuracy. You want to make your shots. Take mental note, their max level is 20. So break down the veterancy tree, and we're going to look quite quickly here and just see. Now the bottom tree is not that great, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's kind of okay, but you definitely want to go the top tree. And this is why, because right off the bat, they're not going to be as shining as they are. You got to work, you got to grind them up. And as you do, they get a bit more beefier when it comes to their DPS, but you also get that ability to increase their range. You get to do this 6 times by 5%, increasing their total maximum range up to 30%. That's great. Keep a mental note of this. When you elite them, increases fire and accuracy, but it also comes at reducing the rate of fire by 10%. Now, if I didn't have that rate of fire doctrine on my unit already, I wouldn't have really noticed much of a difference at this point. It would be equivalent to just the way that they were always operating, but I slapped the doctrine on. But because I haven't elited them, they shoot slightly faster at the moment. Once I elite them, they kind of go back to what you would say is normal prior to eliting them, if I was to not have that doctrine on them. But I did put that on, and that will make a difference significantly. You do want them shooting as quickly as they can. Let's take a look at their nodes. So there are 3 different nodes that you can level in the Vassal Longbowmen. Bodkin Arrows increases piercing penetration by 5% each time you level, so you can max that up to 20%. Another one, Practice Shoot, increases their rate of fire by 5%. Now I already have that leveled up twice, so that's an additional 10%. So before I even elite them, they're shooting quite quick. Now, when I do elite them, again, it is going to play a factor into how quick they're going to shoot, but I can still compensate that by leveling this up one more time. You do want to elite them because you do definitely want that accuracy, and they're still going to shoot quite quickly. In comparison of having the node absolutely maxed out, getting that 20% increase, plus the additional 10% of the doctrine, they do shoot quite fast for being a longbow with that bonus. So do not think that that is not going to be beneficial to this unit. It will absolutely make them a monster. As well as increasing piercing damage by 2%. Yeah, why not? You know, they're going to be that much more of a hurting unit. You want accuracy and you want piercing, but at the same time you also want a good rate of fire, because the quicker you're shooting off those arrows, the better, especially when you come into close quarter scenarios. It's going to shred anybody. It doesn't matter if it's a warlord or if it's an army of units. They will shred at close distance. Their only downside is that if they're not firing fast enough, they do become a bit vulnerable and they could get wiped out. So it is a situational unit, but once you start leveling them up and you get the right doctrines put on them, they're definitely going to be a beefy unit. They're definitely going to work very well. So let's just pop into a battle here and take a look at what they're capable of doing. This is a great support unit to have. It does cost a bit to unlock it in terms of honor, but I think it's well worth it. Especially when it comes to territory wars. I feel like a lot of people just do not use these archers a lot in territory wars. Some do and some don't, but they really do help. Now I play other archer units. I do have the Iron Cap archers, I do have the Prefecture archers, and I do have the Nomkin archers, and these are all great archer units as well, and they all have their own special things. I will get into videos later on about these archer units as well, but I really do have a high appreciation for the Longbowmen. I do desire the way that they can be a support unit and not be so much exposed. If I had to do a runner-up, it's kind of a hard pick between the Prefecture archers, maybe even the Imperial archers, but my second runner-up would definitely be the Nomkin archers, and I can make a video later on going into about that and what makes them so great. But again, my number one choice is going to be absolutely the Longbowmen. I've played them from start, and when you first get them, they're a little bit eh. But when you put some time in and you get them grinded up, they really do shine, and it's a definitely good staple unit to have, especially going into territory. So there's a set of Iron Cap archers firing next to me, and as you can see, there isn't a whole lot of difference between how much they're firing opposed to how much I'm firing with these longbows, given the bonuses that I've already applied to them. Yeah, that is going to change a little bit, as I said, once I elite them. They're going to shoot slightly slower than these Iron Caps. But once I max that node, they go back to doing exactly what they're doing right now. And I gotta say, for a longbow, they do not fire that slow once you put these bonuses on them. That's quite quick for a longbow. And to have that much power and to have that much accuracy and just fire away, you are definitely a great supportive unit at this point. And if there's any shields coming your way, they're breaking through that. They're penetrating those shields. It doesn't even matter if they form a line or not. Any defensive lines with a shield, this longbow is going to break right through it. It's going to start putting the heat on them. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this video. I hope that was informative. There really is not much else that I can do to show you. Unfortunately, I wish I could, but I kind of have a hard time recording in certain scenarios, so I definitely don't want to record, say, going into a territory war. I might get a bit laggy. My computer's not that great. However, I do make these videos to try to help some newer people out, to help give some advice, and at the end of the day, how you build the units is really up to you. But I am trying to give the best advice possible and kind of give you all the outcomes of how you can build your units. So I hope you continue watching my videos, and thank you for supporting.